students, we can go with the third part of NEET 2017 physics question paper discussion. Then we can continue with the question number 31. But if you analyze all the questions, then we become so much confidence. If you know the theory well, you can do the maximum questions without error. Here, a simple question. In an electromagnetic wave in a free space, the root mean square value of the field ERMS is given. The peak value of the magnetic field, we can just relate the value equal to C times of BRMS. So BRMS is nothing but equal to that ERMS division by C. So that is equal to 6 division by 3 into 10 raised to 8. So 2 into 10 raised to minus 8. But we need the value of peak value. So we can convert it into B0 by root 2. So B0 equal to 2 into root 2 into 10 raised to minus 8. So you get the value as 2.83 into 10 raised to minus 8. So we can take as 2 as the answer. A simple concept. Number 32. The bulk modulus of a spherical object is B. It is subjected to a uniform pressure Sp. The fractional decrease in radius is, the bulk modulus is nothing but equal to minus the pressure applied division by the bulk strain, the volume strain. So in magnitude, we can write as delta V by V is equal to the pressure applied by B. But we know the volume. So that is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. The fractional change in volume delta V by V is equal to 3 times delta R by R. So we can just substitute for delta V by V as delta R by R equal to V by V. And our aim is to find what is delta R by R. So that must be P by 3B. A good question. So we can say as 4 as the answer. Then we can move to number 33. The ratio of the resolving power of an optical microscope. For a compound microscope, the resolving power is equal to 2 mu sine theta division by 1.22 lambda. So 2 mu sine theta, that is the aperture. So here the resolving power is inversely proportional to lambda. And for the two cases, the resolving powers as 1 by 2 is equal to lambda 2 division by lambda 1. So that is equal to as lambda 2 as 6,000 Armstrong by the 4,000 Armstrong. So that is equal to 3 by 2. So we get the answer as a 3. As a 34. Consider a drop of rain having mass 1 gram falling from a height of 1 kilometer. It hits the ground with a speed of 50 meter per second. Take G as constant with 10 meter per second square. We have to find the work done by the gravitational force, the resistive force of air. So it is so simple to find what is the work done by gravity. The force into displacement, it got the same direction as that of the force. And hence we can say as mg into h. The mass is 1 gram as 10 raised to minus 3. 10 into 1 kilometer. So you get the value as 10 joule. But there is no information regarding the resistive force given by the air. But we know one concept. The total work done is nothing but equal to the change in kinetic energy. So the work done with the gravity plus with the viscous force is equal to the change in kinetic energy as a final value minus initial. So based on that, the work done due to the viscous force is equal to half mv square minus the work done due to gravity. So half into 10 raised to minus 3 into the 50 square minus 10. You get the value as minus 8.75 joule. And here the minus sign means that viscous force got opposite direction to the movement. And hence we get the answer as the fourth choice. A good question, a good question. Yes, you got it. So you should know the meaning of the negative sign. Number 35. A spherical black body with a radius of 12 centimeter radiates 450 watt power at 500 Kelvin. If the radius were halved, the temperature doubled, the power radiated in what would be? So the radiation for a black body radiation. So it is a very good concept there. So we know the concept as the energy radiated per second per unit area is given as a sigma into T raised to 4. So the power we can say as equal to sigma A into T raised to 4. It is a good aspect there. And hence for a spherical body, again we can write the area as 4 pi r square T raised to 4. For the power is proportional to r square T raised to 4. For the two cases, we can write as P2 by P1 equal to, yes, R2 by R1, the whole square into T2 by T1, the whole square. Here, the second radius is given as halved, so R1 by 2, that much square into the temperature, the second one. So that is become doubled. So 2T1 by T1, the whole raised to 4. So that is equal to 1 by 4 into 2 raised to 4 as a 16. So you get the value as 4 by, so P2 take the value as 4 times of P1. The P1 is 450. So you get the answer as 1800. A good concept. Number 36. A good question from mechanics. The two blocks A and B of masses 3m and m are connected by a massless inextensible string. The whole system is suspended by a massless spring as shown in figure. The magnitudes of acceleration of A and B immediately after the string is cut. And keep in mind, while considering the problems regarding the spring, and keep in mind its memory power is so great. So after a new event that continue the state of the previous, but the string is so entirely different, its memory power is so low. So that is a very important concept. So at first, before cutting, we can just draw the free body diagram of that body A with the 3m mass. So you know the tension due to m is on the downward direction. The weight 3mg is acting vertically. The restoring force due to kx is acting upward direction. And hence we can say as kx plus t plus t kx plus kx should equal to t plus 3mg. Good. And what about the next one for m? Its weight mg is acting the tension in the upward direction. So t is equal to mg. So we get the value as kx is equal to 4mg. So that is a very important concept. Then what happened when it cut? That is a very important concept. We want to find the acceleration. So acceleration is the net force by mass. The net force on 3m is what? So the weight on there and the restoring force. So it must move in the upward direction. So kx minus 3 mg by its mass as a 3m. But we know kx is what? Already you know as a 4 mg minus a 3 mg. That division by 3m. So that is equal to 1 mg by 3m. So g by 3. So that is the acceleration for 3m. But after cutting, you know, that m mass under freely falling. So the only one force acting on it is the weight. So the acceleration of that m mass become g. So you get the answer as g by 3 as g2 as the answer. That is a question number 36, a good question. Number 37. Two Polaroids P1 and P2 are placed with their axes perpendicular to each other. An unpolarized light I0 is incident on P1. A third Polaroid P3 is kept in between P1 and P2 such that its axis makes an angle 45 degree with P1. The intensity of the transmitted light. So here the three Polaroids are there. So say that is a P1 and the next one. So that is a P2. But here it is given their axis makes an angle of 90 degree. But another one is placed here. We can call it as P3. But its axis makes an angle of 45 degree with the initial one. So an unpolarized light of intensity I0 is coming. But after crossing it, intensity become I0 by 2. And because of Morley's law, the intensity coming out from P3, that I from P3 is nothing but equal to I0 by 2 into cos square, their angle between them. So that is equal to I0 by 2 into 1 by root 2 square. So it becomes I0 by 4. So here the I0 by 4. But what is the intensity coming from P2? But P3 and P2 makes an angle of what? 45. That is a speciality. Reason initially P1 and P2 are perpendicular to each other. That is 90 degree. In the halfway there is this one. So the angle between them become 45. So I from P2 is equal to this one. So the I0 by 4 into cos square 45. What is the value of cos 45? 1 by root 2 square as 1 by 2. So I0 by, a good question. So 3 is the answer. Number 38. A long solenoid of diameter 0.1 m has 2 into 10 raised to 4 turns per meter. At the center of the solenoid, a coil of 100 turns and radius 0.01 meter is placed with its axis coinciding with the solenoid. So a solenoid is there, and inside a small one, it got the 100 turns with the 0.01 meter radius. The current in the solenoid reduces at a constant rate from 0 to 4 ampere in 0.05 second. The resistance of the coil is 10 pi square. What is the total charge flowing through the coil? Look the theory part, a good concept. The EMF induced is nothing but equal to n into minus n into d phi by dt. But if you just divide E by R, you get the value of current flowing through it. So that is nothing but equal to, as a dq division by dt, that is minus n by R d phi by dt. In magnitude, we can say the charge flowing is nothing but equal to the very important concept, the delta phi total, that division by radius, resistance. That is very important. The capital R is nothing but the resistance. Delta phi total by the resistance. So you can just substitute what is the total flux here. The total flux linked with this one. So that is equal to N mu 0 Ni into pi r square, that division by r. So that is equal to 4 by into 10 raised to minus 7 into number of turns into the current as 4 into pi into the radius 0.01 square by the resistance as 10 pi square. On solving, you get the value as 32 microcoulomb. So that is the charge. Look, the very important concept. So we get the answer as 1. Number 39. Two discs of same moment of inertia rotating about their regular axis, passing through the center and perpendicular to the plane of disk with angular velocities omega 1 and omega 2. They are brought into contact face to face, coinciding the axis of rotation. So at first we can say, so a disk with I1 moment of inertia with omega 1 angular velocity, and the second one has I2 with angular velocity omega 2. Then they are joined together. So the net moment of inertia become I1 plus I2 and are rotating with a common angular velocity. And keep in mind, there is no external torque acting on it. So L should be a constant. So we can say that I1 omega 1 plus I2 omega 2 should equal to I1 plus I2 into omega. If we know that concept, then we can easily say the kinetic energy initially take the value as equal to half I1 omega 1 square plus half I2 omega 2 square, and the kinetic energy finally is equal to half into I1 plus I2 into omega square. And here the expression for loss of energy. So if we take the value, you get the answer as half I1 I2 by I1 plus I2 into omega 1 minus omega 2 the whole square. But in this question, it is given I1 equal to I2, and you get the values equal to 1 by 4I into omega 1 minus omega 2 square. So you get the answer as 2. It is a good question. Maybe the application of conservation of angular momentum. Number 40. Another question. Good question. Preeti reached the metro station and found that the escalator was not working. She walked up the stationary escalator in time T1. On other days, if she remains stationary on the moving escalator, then the escalator takes her up in time T2. The time taken by her to walk up on the moving escalator will be. So a simple question. So at first we can find what is the velocity of the girl with respect to the elevator. So we can just find the distance traveled division by the time T1, so that we can represent it as VG girl with respect to escalator. Then what is the velocity of the elevator with respect to the ground? So the velocity of the escalator with respect to the ground is equal to d by in a time. So we can easily find what is the velocity of the girl with respect to the ground is equal to Vg equal to Vj Vge plus Veg. That is a very important concept in vector form and also in magnitude. It is a good concept. So we can write as d by t, that is equal to d by t1 plus d by t2. So d cancel. You get the value for t is equal to t1 t2 by t1 plus t2. So we get the answer as a 3. Number 42, 41. A rope that is wound around a hollow cylinder of mass 3 kg and radius 40 centimeter. What is the angular acceleration of the cylinder if the rope is pulled with a force of 30 Newton? So a hollow cylinder that is pulled with a force of 30 Newton. So it will give the tangential force to the, so we can draw like this one. So the torque acting on it is nothing but is equal to I alpha or R cross F. Here theta is 90. Here F is nothing but the tension here. Our aim is to find the angular acceleration. So R alpha by I. For a hollow cylinder, about its axis, its moment of inertia. I is nothing but equal to mr square. So m into r square. You can just cancel the 1r cancel. Here the force is given as 30 Newton by the mass as 3 kilogram and the radius as 0.4. So 10 by, so alpha take the value as 10 by 0.4. 10 by 4 as 2.5 by 0.1 as you get the value as 25 radian per second square. A good question. Number 42. A brained concept. A beam of light from a source L is incident normally on a plane mirror at a certain distance x from the source. The beam is reflected back as a spot on a scale placed just above the source. When the mirror is rotated to an angle theta, the spot of the light is found to move through a distance y on the scale. Then the angle theta is given by. So we can say, and the spot moves through a distance, it is given as say y. The separation them it is given as say as x. So what is this one? It is a very important concept. If when the mirror is rotated by theta, the reflected ray rotated through 2 theta. It is a very important concept. Therefore, this angle becomes 2 theta. So we can just take the angle is equal to arc by radius. So theta take the value as y by 2x. Y by 2x. So you get the answer as 1. A good question, but this concept is important with respect to the plane mirror. Number 43. The two nearest harmonics of a tube closed at one end. So it is a very important concept. Have the chance for negative. Keep in mind. What is the fundamental frequency of the system? So the nearest harmonics are given as 220 and 260. So, and we can say the first, say nth harmonic as n into, say the harmonics, the fundamental frequency is 4L. So it should be given as 220. But the next harmonic, that is a speciality. Odd harmonics are only present. So we can say that n plus 2, that is very important. N plus 2 into V by 4L, that is given as 260. Then on division, as n by n plus 2 is equal to 220 by 260. So that is equal to 11 by 30. So that is equal to crossing 30n is equal to 11n plus 22. So 2n is equal to 22. So n equal to 11. If n is equal to 11, then we need to find the fundamental frequency, this value. So V by 4L is equal to 220 by N. Here it is 220 by N is 11. So that is equal to 20 hertz. A good question, good question. Number 44. A thin prism having refracting angle 10 degree is made of glass of refractive index 1.42, and this prism is combined with another thin prism of refractive index 1.7. This combination produces a dispersion without deviation. The refracting angle of second prism would be. So, and keep in mind the condition, the combination produces dispersion without deviation. So, the total deviation should equal to 0. For the two cases, we can write as mu minus 1 into A plus mu dash minus 1 into A dash should equal to 0. In magnitude, we can write mu minus 1 into A should equal to mu dash minus 1 into A dash. So minus sign can be purposely avoided. Then our aim is to find what is A dash. So A dash is equal to mu minus 1 by mu dash minus 1 into A. So that is equal to 1.42 minus 1 by 1.7 minus 1 into A as a 10 degree. That is equal to 4.2 by 0.7. So you get the value as a 6 degree. So a simple concept, but the combination of prism. So you should go through the syllabus so clearly. So here the combination produces a dispersion without deviation. The last question, a good concept, simple one. The resistance of a wire is a capital R ohm. If it is melted and stretched to n times its original length, its new resistance will be. We know R equal to rho into L by A. You know, the stretching, if it is treated as volume as a constant, that means A into L is a constant. So we can say that we can substitute it for A as a proportional to 1 by L. That means R proportional to L square. It is a very important concept. So for the two cases, we can write as R2 by R1 equal to L2 by L1 the whole square. It the L2 become n times of L1. So you get the value as R2 equal to n square times of R1. So in 2017, 18, is 19, all the questions you can do very well if you try to complete one objective book. So every questions are direct. If you have sufficient experience, you can do it. So God bless you. Take care. Try to do maximum MCQs. Thank you.